Hello, the Internet Tough Monkey here once again. I hope you're all well. Thanks for stopping by. Do you ever use your iPhone or iPad for recording video content? If you do, what do you use for your microphone? I'm assuming you use the internal microphone on your devices, because iPhones and iPads no longer have a 3.5mm auxiliary microphone port. iPhones up to 14 only have lightning ports, and subsequent iPhone 15s and beyond and iPad Pros, like I got up there, use USB-Cs. So how do you plug in an external microphone? Now, I've got a gimbal here, a stabilising unit, which I use for a lot of my close-ups like this when I'm recording downstairs, doing sort of kitchen work or out and about. These are absolutely fantastic things. And the microphone on them are great. At the moment, I'm using the microphone on here, which is my Blue Yeti. So if I swap to the microphone that's on here, this is the internal microphone of the iPhone 14 Pro this is, and it's not too bad from this sort of range.
But what about if you want to record from a long distance away, maybe in a windy garden? How are you going to plug your microphone into your camera then?
Well, there are solutions. You can get something like this, a wireless microphone kit. This particular one has a receiver that has a lightning port attachment to plug onto your mobile phone, and then a couple of transmitters with clip-on, so you can put them onto your top. They are okay. I've had a few of them into test. They're reasonable quality, nothing to write home about, and they are susceptible to wind noise when you're out and about. They do a passable job, but nothing more. If, though, you want to be a little bit more professional about it, you might want to invest in something like a Rode Wireless Go, or, as I've got, a Godox M2 Verso kit. Now, what this is a similar sort of thing, but taking it to the next level. So you've got one wireless receiver and two wireless transmitters. Now then, how do we go about plugging that, the wireless receiver, into a mobile phone, though? Well, what you're going to need is a relatively inexpensive adapter. This is a 3.5mm auxiliary port adapter into a lightning port, and you can get a similar thing but into a USB-C port for iPhone 15s and iPad Pros. For the iPhone lightning port attachment, that one cost me about £13. The iPad version, the USB-C version, that is only around about £10. You can actually get a Apple authorized one, which is a little bit cheaper actually, but this is a Ugreen one, and I've got good experience with Ugreen products, so I'm happy to spend a little bit extra because I know these are pretty good quality. Now, you can't just plug your adapter into your mobile phone and expect it to work. Well, you should expect it to work, but it doesn't work like that. There's a couple of things I'm going to tell you about first. First of all, you need to know that all Apple devices receive in a TRRS format. That's tip, ring, ring, sleeve, which is one of those. Tip, ring, ring, sleeve. But most microphones, they send in TRS format, which is that. Tip, ring, sleeve. Just the one ring. So you need to have an adapter. Now, most of these wireless microphone systems do come with that. They'll come with a TRS to TRS, which is the standard format, and then you'll usually get an adapter. Otherwise, you'll need to buy one of these adapters as a separate thing. So that is a TRRS adapter because it's going into an Apple product. So you take your grey end, in this case, the TRRS, plug that into the 3.5mm port. There we go. And then that end you plug into your receiver, which is this device here. Plug it into the camera port there. That goes. Then, this is the most important thing. You cannot plug that into the phone first before you plug in that. If I was to plug this into the phone first, the phone will not accept it. It will not recognize it. You need to plug that microphone into the adapter first and then plug in the adapter into the side of the phone, just like that. Then we're ready to go.
And once you're all set up, you can use your wireless microphone just the way you want to. And I've got it on my gimbal so I can move around quite happily. I can plug in my dead cat so I can go outside. I can plug in my lapel mic so I can keep that nice and hidden, however you want to play it. However, there's one more crucial thing you need to know when you finish recording, just to make sure it has actually worked.
And what that is when you go to play back your recordings, do make sure that you unplug this from your lightning port, because otherwise it thinks it's a headphone that's connected and you'll hear no sound when you play back your recordings and you think, oh, I've not recorded it, I'll have to do it over again. So do make sure that that is unplugged before you start to play back. But that's about it, I think. So to recap, if you want to get an external microphone to work on your mobile devices, you're going to need an adapter like that, either for lightning port or for USB-C. Into that, you're going to plug in the TRRS cable into the 3.5mm end and then plug that into your mobile phone, not the other way around. Plug that into the adapter first and then the adapter into your mobile phone before you start recording, otherwise it won't recognize it as a microphone. Then, when you finish recording, unplug that cable from your USB-C or lightning ports before you play back, otherwise you'll hear no sound because it will think it's still a headphone. Okay, I do hope that's helped you out. If it has, do consider a like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you on the next video. Take it easy.